So today we're going to show how to preserve eggs using hydrated lime. It's also called pickling lime. You can buy it at any supermarket pretty much. Pretty common thing. You can also buy it in hardware stores, but it would come in a much bigger container, you know, usually like a 50-pound sack. So we don't want to have to worry about storing eggs. We live in a tiny house, so this little amount works good. What we got here is some fresh unwashed eggs. These we got out of the hen house, but it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes they, for fun, the chickens, they'll find a pile of wood that they'll go and lay the eggs under, or next to the horse barn, or other places, but we can never tell. It's never the same place twice, it seems like. But if that is the case, we want to make sure that the eggs are fresh. These I wouldn't do it to because we check every day the hen house, but if you find eggs that you're not sure when they're laid, you want to test them first, and this is just a simple test to see if they're fresh or not. It's called floating. Ideally, they should sink right to the bottom of the water. If they start to come up or even sit upright, then they're starting to get a little blinky, and of course if they are totally at the top, you do not want to eat them unless you're into that. That would just be wrong. So anyway, like I said, unwashed eggs, it won't work with eggs that you bought in a store because they've already been washed. You can also buy them at, say, like a farmer's market, or the places on the side of the road that's got the eggs. It looks like an axe murderer made the egg sign. Go for it. Get some eggs from there if you dare. They will probably be washed if I had to guess, but you might want to ask them just in case you want to do this method. It is really handy. You don't have to have a lot of refrigeration space because, of course, it requires no refrigeration. And that's why we're choosing it, because we just don't have capacity to, you know, no walk-in coolers or anything like that. So pretty basic things that you need: quart jars, hydrated lime, measuring cup, and you're good to go. Of course, 6 eggs. So I'm going to put the eggs in first, because normally I would put the liquid in and kind of mix it up, but I don't want to drop the eggs in there. And then if I tilt it like this, the liquid would fall out. So we're just doing a little common sense stuff right here. 6 eggs in a quart jar. And so we just want 2 tablespoons of the hydrated lime. You don't want to breathe it in, it's kind of caustic. It won't kill you, I don't reckon. And then I think we'll use this because this is clean fresh water. So anyway, you just pour that in there. Pour the water on top. This is about 2 cups. You just want to make sure that the eggs are completely covered real good. I mean, you could go all the way to the, you know, within a 1/4 inch of the top, and then put a lid on it. Excuse me, I just got a whiff of it. But that's what it does. So it just kind of takes your breath away, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. You can also, of course, use any size jar that you want. Just kind of follow that general guideline. So we use 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of hydrated lime. So maybe big pickle jars or something would be good if you wanted to keep more. And also you can add to this. So say like if you did have a big jar that you were going to use, you know, put your first, put your first amount of eggs in there. I mean, go ahead and mix the liquid for a pretty good amount, and then and then just keep putting the eggs in, you know, as they're fresh. And I will say it makes it easier if you keep fresh bedding in your in your chicken coop. That way it keeps debris off the chicken eggs, because you definitely don't want to do it if there's say like chicken poop on the eggs, or stuck bits of straw and what have you. So make sure that they're clean and washed. But changing the bedding helps with that a lot. So and of course put a lid on it and just keep it in a cool place that the temperature doesn't fluctuate a lot. I think dark would probably help too. I'm just throwing that out there. It'll keep for about 6 to 8 months. From what I understand, it gives a little bit of limey taste, you know, just a little bit. But with the eggs I found that we raise, you know, they turn insects and bugs of all manner into eggs. So they taste a lot different than store-bought eggs. They have a lot of flavor. So just a little limey taste will just add to the mix. So in conclusion, it's 6 eggs in a quart jar, and that's just handy amount of eggs. I mean, a half dozen eggs, you can't go wrong with that, and especially if you have not that many chickens, but they are laying a bunch, because, you know, in the wintertime it'll be less laying, so you want to capitalize on what you could save right now. So quart jar, 2 cups of water, and 2 tablespoons of hydrated lime. So please subscribe to our weekly videos at Ramshackle Homestead with Keith and Jen, and also like us on Facebook and Instagram. Ramshackle Homestead with Keith and Jen. Thanks.